Hello, everybody. Nice to see you in 2021. I hope this year will be a little bit better especially for musicians like us. All of our gigs since March, or most of them, were cancelled. I think most of my colleagues experienced the same, and I hope this will be better in 2021. So yes, I'm happy to be here as Bertram Becher, as well as a Seidel representative. I'm since about 13-14 years, I am the product manager or consultant or musician of the Seidel company. As you perhaps might know already, we are a small factory. We are making harmonicas since 1847 in Klingenthal, and this makes us the oldest harmonica factory in the world. Someone has opened his mic, so please, if you don't want to say something, please check your connection in order to mute the mic.
Yes, okay, I've done that, Bertram.
For you it's fine. For you it's fine. I just thought there were some more open mics that I could hear. Okay, it's just a little bit disturbing for me because then I don't know if I have to react or not. Okay, we are a small maker in Klingenthal for harmonicas, and our specialty is making stainless steel reeds. So we are the only maker with a stainless steel reeds. And you can see here perhaps these reeds are usually made of brass, and in the Seidel factory we adopted techniques from the accordion makers in order to produce harmonica reeds with stainless steel reeds. And as a maker, it is always hard to get the right setting for everybody. So what I'm doing usually is when I get a new harmonica, I'm checking if everything is okay first, and then I'm checking if everything is really good for my style and for my embouchure, and as well for my own way of playing harmonica. And this can be a quick checkup if you know where to focus on. If you have the reeds in front of you, or the new harmonica in front of you, it is more or less easy to learn to just gap or set the reed offsets so that the harmonica is playing much better for your own embouchure. This is the reason why it is perhaps not perfect from the factory out of the box. Is the fact that a harmonica maker has always to care for harmonicas that play for a totally beginner, absolutely beginner, who played perhaps trumpet before he started playing harmonica. As well, for pro players, they have to say, okay, these harmonicas are really good, and so you have to always check the balance between air-tightness and playability for a total beginner player. And I just wanted to show you how I check my harmonicas when they are new, and just to let you let you know how to improve the harmonicas. I have also some handouts available that I can send in the chat, or if you give me an email. My email address is this. So here you are.
I can always put it on the website as well, Bertram, as well. Yeah. So if you send them to me.
Yeah, just in case you have questions or any recommendations or whatever you like after this talk from me, I can answer later. Is everything fine here from the viewpoint and from the sound? Okay, so it looks good. As well as you can see this screen as well, the one The one where I laid on the okay, the replay.
I'll make that go bigger when you're twiddling with stuff.
Okay, perfect. What I have in mind now is to show you the difference. Here I have a harmonica just right out of the box. It's my preferred key. It's a B flat harmonica that comes out of the box, and it's already really good. So this is a case of a harmonica that must not be tweaked, but you can make it better, and I can show you how to check up if it is worth opening the covers and do something on the reeds or not. I go to my trouser pocket now, and this is the harmonica that I always carry with me. I just changed the cover plates. It's as well one in B flat. You might perhaps hear that the out of the box harmonica is a little less loud than the tweaked one. And how to check the optimum. So if you are able to do bending notes, you can do it. You can make a test run like this. But this gives you no impression of the air tightness. If you reduce the air pressure while inhaling during the you do the bending like this, you can hear in between the notes here. This is the tweaked one with the same amount of air. Now the out of the box harmonica. Can you hear that there is no note in between the lowest bending note and the other one? And the reason for this is something very obvious if you know what is behind the reed physics. And this is the first diagram that I want to show you on the shared screen. I can share the screen here, I think. You can focus on the tutorial page now, if you don't mind, Sam.
Yeah, I think everyone should be able to see that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not sure because yeah, this is the page. Okay, this is now visible, it says. Okay, now you can see here is a diagram. You can here see a diagram from a paper, and this paper is from let's see, Journal of Acoustic Society of America, Volume 103, Number 4, April 1998, from Benson et al. And in this paper, they measured the amplitudes of the reeds. And you can see here, the upper red one is the blow reed and the lower one is the draw reed. And if you have a bad adjusted reed, so if bad adjustment means that the reed offset is too high of either one or the other one of the reeds, so the blow reed can be too high or the draw reed can be too high, then you have in between, if you start here you start with the usual draw note like this. No, I'm doing the embouchure with the bending note. Or on the 3 draw is even more obvious. You see in between there is air loss, because what happens is that this is visible on the first diagram. What has to happen is that the draw reed stops its action while the blow reed pops in, producing the lower note. And this is the trick that you can easily watch on if you are in front of a mirror with a harmonica with opened cover plates. And you can see that if you draw a 3-draw, and if you then move into this, go into the bending note, that the lower reed is not working at all anymore. So perhaps it, I can. Now, if I now swap to my customized harmonica, then you have a situation like this. The draw reed acts as producing the draw note. And in the moment I'm changing my embouchure, the draw reed closes and the blow reed comes into action, producing the lower note. So what is the fix now for this out-of-the-box harmonica? I will open it now. Sam, you can now switch over to my workbench. So what you see here, can you see it? I'm not sure.
Sorry, Bertram, do you want to just unshare your screen for a minute so everyone can see that?
Okay. Okay, perfect. I will do.
Okay.
There I am. Is this visible now? I'm not sure if it is good enough to see, but what you can perhaps see is that you have the blow reeds here, and you can see the reed offset of the blow reeds, and you can see the reed offset of the draw reeds here, perhaps. And in order to make this transition better, I have this little tool here, and I go inside here. You can see that I move the reed upwards, and I can press it a little bit into the plastic deformation. So the final result is that the reed offset is now lowered. So the reed tip is nearer to the reed plate edge in the front, at the tip end. And I can do the same with my fingernail here. And you might see that. I press it down here like this. I have to control it with my eyes here as well. So now I lowered the reed offset of the draw reed in the 3-draw hole, and I lowered the reed offset of the blow reed as well. So they still work fine. And now I'm trying with very little air. I'm trying to do the bending note, and you will see that the transition is much smoother. So there is no air loss in between the notes. It's hard without the cover plates. I will do it with the cover plates. Not perfect, but it's really. This was not possible before. So this is the trick. Many people say it's hard to get the bending notes in the right pitch if you have a seminote down and another semitone and the next semitone. but the mostly the reason for this problem, oh, I can't follow up the chat because I have to think.
Don't worry about the chat. That's me talking to people. Okay.
If there's something important, let me know. Then I can give an answer. So what I wanted to say is now as the reeds are adjusted, the transition from here. You swapped over. Okay. The transition from coming from here, the draw note to the blow reed, which gives the lower note afterwards, is not anymore in this situation with the big air loss, because the blow reed, the draw reed has to close before the blow reed comes in. But the situation is like it's now like this. So we have an even volume. This is the volume here through all the bending notes. I will try to show this again. This is really little air. If you try it with your B flat or whatever harmonica, make sure that if you do like this, it works with nearly any out of the box harmonica. But if you apply just little air, this works only if you adjust the reeds in the right way, so that the draw reed can close while the blow reed comes in for producing the bending note. This is I think one of the most important knowledge, or the most important knowledge for the ambitious harmonica player, in order to improve their harmonicas, to make them react better. And how many perhaps I can have a little feedback of how many people or how many persons are overblow players here. Is anybody playing overblows? Sam? Some, okay. Patricia, hi Patricia, good to see you. Okay, I will just let you know what happens with the reeds when you produce an overblow. I will show it on this particular out of the box harmonica. And so this is already really good. The setup is really good. Coming to the same pictures here. So you know already how it works. By the way, if you know how to do it, this is the chart of all the notes. So this is the piano layout, where you can see on a C harmonica all the notes that are playable if you know about bending notes and overbending notes. So overdraws and overblows. I have to look it up. How many these are? Let's see. I don't know. You can count how many notes are available. But this is really, this is for me, this is one of the main miracles of the harmonica, of the diatonic harmonica, because the guy who invented the tuning, it's Mr. Richter. He had an idea of playing folky stuff music on his harmonicas, like he never intended to make it sound like this was not his aim. But anyway, it worked out that all the notes, including the bending overblow, the bending and the overblow notes, make this little, usually, you know, diatonic harmonica a chromatic little wonder. And this is what was my, you know, when I found out about that, I was flashed, and I started learning all the overblow notes and all the overbends in order to, yeah, to get everything out of this harmonica. This does not mean that I'm the guy who plays one harmonica in all keys. This is not my intention, because I know many of these typical blues licks and tricks are only possible, or even the folky stuff like the tongue block. This is only possible if you play in exact the key that is displayed on the harmonica itself. So coming back to overblows, how does the reeds react? There's an interesting diagram that was in this very same article in the paper that I showed for, before. Here you can see on the x-axis, you can see the frequency, and you can see here the reed amplitudes. First of all, you can see the blow reed. This is number 1. And when I'm doing this, this is like, oh, I'm muting the blow reed. So my embouchure goes into a position that makes the blow reed stop. And if I'm putting a little bit more of pressure into it, it happens that the draw reed, that usually is not intended to move at all, pops in and giving a higher frequency. You can see it on the lower axis here. So that the frequency, so the usual blow note stops. And when I'm putting a little bit more pressure on it, in the second phase of the process, the draw reed produces the overblow, like. This is done with my mouth, and if I know exactly how to put the embouchure, it is even possible to produce the overblow without any usual blow note in beforehand, like. These were overblows 4, 5, and 6 in a row, and on my customized pocket harmonica, so the secret is to form your mouth cavity in a way that makes the blow reed stop its action. You can, if you like, you can swap over again to my face again. Sam? Okay. Okay. So if you have your mouth formed like, what I'm doing is exactly the same as like making a bending note, like. My tongue goes a little bit lower in the mouth, and if I then reverse the air flow from inhaling to exhaling, then I can produce the overblown note. And in order to make it easier, it is as well again possible to tweak the reeds a little bit. So as you could see in the diagram, the blow reed, number 1, has to stop its action, and the number 2 reed, so the draw, the the draw reed pops in, producing the overblow note, which is usually 3 seminotes higher than the usual blow note. Now, was this a good explanation for you? I'm not sure if it was understandable because it's hard to talk and have no feedback.
Are there any questions? Do you want to unmute yourself if you have any questions?
Okay, this would be a good moment for this. Yes.
So if I could ask a quick one, so with the normal bending, there's a transition where both reeds are making a sound at once. With the overblow, it looks like they actually stop. So there's a point where there's no, is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, okay, thank you.
And yeah, if you're experienced in tweaking your harmonicas, perhaps with our Seidel tool or with another tool like this one that I'm doing did myself out of a reed plate. Be sure to make the 4, 5, and 6 blow reed straight and flat at the same time. So nearly no curve is needed on the 4, 5, and 6, because the reason is that the reed has to close over its full length while you make the overblows. Like. And if it is tweaked the right way and the blow reeds are flat, they have the chance to close.
Right. Yeah.
Better. So that usually you would apply a little bit of a curve into a reed in order to make the reed response a little bit better, but not with the overblowable reeds, not with the blow reeds that have to close in the moment where you produce the overblow.
Okay.
So is the adjustment the same for overblowing and your bending notes, apart from keeping the reed flat on the blow?
No, because if you take a look at the other diagram again, just like this one,
yeah,
you can see on the that the overblow notes are mostly the ones in the middle register, like 4, 5, 6, and in these reeds are not so important to have a good bendability. It's important for sure, but this does not interfere with the adjustments.
Yeah, I got that. But it's the same adjustment that you did for the bends on the blow note. Yeah, just closing the gap.
Yeah, you have to be sure to not to do the reed offset too little, also too little of a reed offset, because then the reeds tend to block.
Lovely, thank you. Yeah.
There's one. It's not a secret, but this is one thing that I wanted to share with you. Many of you might heard about the option of producing overblow in hole 1 blow, because there you have another overblow that is very important. It's the same note like in the 6th overblow, so you can get the minor third of the blues scale when played in second position. So this is your root, you have the octave, and then you have the next blue note. And the same note can be used in the bottom, if you are able to produce the overblow in hole 1. And you can try on your B flat or C harmonica if you can get this note. And I bet that no one of you can play the note initially without any, you know, no knowledge of how to do it. What is possible for many, this was when I started harmonica, I knew that there is an overblow 1 available, but I couldn't get it. So what I did is I did like this is an ugly note and you can't hold it any longer than 1/10 of a second or whatever, but this is the right pitch. But this is only without any length, without any air coming out of your lung, but this air is coming out of the mouth cavity like this. And the right note can be produced with your exhaling, like and the trick behind that is think of a cat, of a moaning cat. Think of a cat, a very angry cat, like, you know, and this cat is producing something like, so there is a consonant like a K, like k, 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 k. And if you have the pressure behind this and in the same moment you release the air over this consonant, like this. So with this embouchure, like you can produce the overblows very easily, even in a whole one. And it's funny, but the same thing can be used in the middle octave of a low C, for example. If you have a really low harmonica, and you want to produce the usual overbending notes in holds 4 to 5 and 6, you can make it with a as well. And this was overblow 4, 5, 6 on a low C harmonica. This is usually more or less impossible without knowing about this technique. So this is something for you. You know, I had to, you know, learn it for a few months in order to get some licks out of it, like or like. The exaggerated one was the overblow 1. The other ones were usual bending notes. So, but it is fun because you can, you know, adopt this for your own playing, and you know, perhaps these typical first position licks, like. So this is first position typical blues lick. And at the end, usually if you played this one on the piano, you would play the blue note at the end. And the blue note is not available on the harmonica if you don't use the overblow 1. Instead of, most people tend to play the 2 blow instead of the overblow 1. This is the typical thing you might have heard many times from many players when they play first position blues. And the right note is the overblow. So this gives extra bluesy feeling if you know how to use it. Okay, any questions about that?
Bertram, can I ask a question about like the higher reeds on the harmonica, like the below 10, for instance, adjusting, you know, trying to get keeping the blow bend on 10 stable, which I think a lot of players, including myself, have trouble with, and it's quite a hard reed to adjust, you know, with it being so short. Yeah. Any advice on anything you can give on that?
You know, the higher the pitch of the harmonica, the more difficult is it to get the blow notes in the right pitch, in the blow 10 or blow 9 bending note. This is for sure, and this is the reason is not only the adjustment of the reeds. I would suggest to keep the blow reed as flat as possible in order to make it around the transition. It's the vice versa action like in the diagram that I showed for bending at the beginning. Right. It's just vice versa, the situation. So this time you...
So mainly adjust the blow reed, you would say, in 10.
If you adjust the 10 blow reed, I can do it on this one. Just a quick thing. Let me see. I make it now too far away. Ah, yeah, okay. Thank you, Sam. So this is now perhaps a lot. Really hard. It's too far away. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's hard to show here. This is now too far away. You can hear that there's air escaping. Only if I apply a lot of air, I can do a round transition with the note hearable all the time. If I apply less air, there's air loss in between. Now I'm adjusting it back to really flat. By the way, this is the Seidel setup tool, and I prefer to use this end for adjusting the high reeds, because it is really perfect, and you don't need to don't have to remove the comb. So I adjusted now the reed a little bit back. Oh, this was too much. Nothing is coming. Now I'm back. But in the same moment, I have to adjust the draw reed as well a little bit, because I thought it's better now. It's not perfect, but this at the end depends on the length of the air column you apply to the reed. So other than with the guitar, the harmonica player himself or herself is the resonance chamber for each of the notes available on the harmonica. So if I have, for example, a low A, and I apply this embouchure for this note, like this. My mouth is very small, and I'm now putting this embouchure on a low A harmonica. Nothing is coming because my air column is too short for producing this particular low note. In order to get the blow notes, the low notes on a harmonica, I have to really apply like a oh. really big mouth, and vice versa with a high end notes like on a 10 on a Richter with a 10th. This I have to really make a mouth cavity like I was like doing like this, like whistling a really high note. So all of the notes over the full range of the harmonica require a different size of the mouth cavity, because your ear is interconnected with the sound that you are producing. After a while, you get used to the best sound option for, let's say, a G harmonica. Oh. If I'm doing the same on the C, I'm more or less in this mode like on the G note in the 2 draw. You might hear that if I'm inhaling and producing a whistling sound, it has the similar pitch like the note produced on the harmonica. And if I use the low one, so the sound that I'm producing then with my inhaling, whistling note voice, I don't know what it is. It's just like a deep O or a deep U. Even U is good to produce the low notes. And an E vowel in the top end is really helpful for producing that. Some people tend to smile a little bit to make their muscles a little bit harder in the mouth to get this like does not look really nice, but it helps to produce a good sound. And as well, you can alter the pitch a little bit by making that moving your jaws a little bit. And then you have even get a tremolo out of it. Okay. I have something prepared for you. Perhaps I can share it here on the document. Let's see. This is 1, 2 ways. Okay. Share screen. So I try to open the screen here for you. Can you see that one? This chart with the pianos, with the piano keys. So, okay. What you see here is this is part B of my talk here, because as you could see in the description, I wanted to show you some different options to play with special tunings. And what I want to show you is how to play easily in minor keys without any efforts or learning efforts. The good way of thinking in these terms is to think of the piano keyboard. Can you see even the mouse pointer here? Yeah, okay. There's a mouth pointer, and you can see that here on a usual C harp, you have the from C to C. This is your major scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, like this. And if you just start with the same notes, but use the D note, the 1 draw, as your root note, it's a 1 draw, for example, like here. Then if you proceed in this and use the same notes like D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, you get the so-called Dorian scale. And the Dorian scale has a minor chord incorporated. So this is the D, F, A notes, is a D minor chord. So I stop sharing for a moment and I can show it on. Yeah. So. So this is the D minor chord. And if this is the, if you just start on the D, we have this Dorian option to play in minor keys. And usually if you transfer this to the harmonica, I said it has to be the notes D, F, and A. In the bottom of the harmonica, you have to reach two, essentially do two of the bending notes. This is on a C harmonica. This is a G chord. And if I want to have the D minor chord, I have to bend down the notes, like third position. In fact, this is third position. But you have to be more or less experienced player already in order to get the pitch of the draw notes of the two bending notes, 2 and 3 draw, exactly 2 seminotes lower than the usual notes, like. So, and what if it was possible to get the notes initially right? So the circles are a little bit moved from the left to the left. So if you tune a harmonica like here with a D, F, and an A, and then followed by a D, then you have the usual order of D, F, A, D, F, A. And this is exactly, or not exactly, but this is similar to a chromatic harmonica. The chromatic harmonica has a double C here in between the 3 and the 4 note here, like here. There is another C, and then it goes forward with the CD. So this note is left out if you use a Richter. If you use a Richter harmonica. And just tune down the 2 and the 3 draw note to be F and an A instead of a G and a B on a Richter. And what you are doing then, or what you can do then, you can easily, really easily play. This is my so-called do it tuning. It's the do is not for Dorian. The name is derived from a player in Germany, an American player who lives in Germany, namely Dale King. He invented this tuning variant, and the letters stand for Dale's Open Irish Tuning. So what he had in mind was playing Irish music in third position, like. And he wanted to have this. He wanted to have this option to make an accompaniment with the exactly right chords for this Dorian mode Irish tunes. But for a blues player, this is a really cool option to get easy into the sound of the third position. And it gives you even more. You can, because the notes are tuned here down to an F and an A, and give the full chord, and you have the full splitting options, like the D and the D can be played together, the F and the F, the A and the A, and the D and the D, and the D and the B. So if you do it like this, and even if you split with your tongue and just cover one hole, So, and this made it my preferred special tuning for playing third position in so many tunes. For example, Schittlins Con Carne by Kenny Burrell. Like this, or you can play Millie the, I don't know, from the Blues Brothers film, like. Or if you put it on a G harmonica and play in A minor, you can do a perfect, brilliant reggae tune like this. Now, for me, this is as well a good thing, because if you go away from a little bit away from the blues sound and you have pop songs where you have kind of changes from major to minor, and this is mostly the related minor chord, you can easily swap with this harmonica, swap the melodies and find the right notes without any thinking. So this is my preferred, or summertime. This is the usual way, but you can add the lower register as well. And so on. If you think in terms of, let me see, I will put this into focus again. If you see this these notes, and you see that here is now on this harmonica, you have the D minor option available, and you might know that if you can have all the notes or many notes of the D minor scale, you can as well play in F major, because they are related to each other with the same notes. It is easy on this duet harmonicas with the special tuning, only the 2 notes difference, to play easily in 12th position, which gives you another completely different sound. And this is what I wanted to show you in a little sound example. Sam, you can take care, or let me know with your yes or no if the sound is okay, please.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, I will start this playback now. This is very similar to chromatic. so on and so on.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
So, Bertram, this was the first tuning I ever tuned. You know, when I met Dale up in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
But if somebody wanted to tune one of their harps to this tuning, most of the harps are in compromised tuning. What are you talking about? Cents, plus and minus cents, if you want to keep your harmonica sounding good, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean exactly.
Do you match your octaves, your D and your D, or how? What's the relevance in taking or adding away from your reed?
You know, you talking about temperaments, and the temperaments. I have something here. You can see for everybody here. So this is just the notes, and this is how we tune it from the factory, you know. And you can, is it visible? The compromise tuning, for example. So that means that the thirds in a chord are always flat for a little bit, and the fifth in a chord are a little bit higher. And this is what makes the chords make sound more even. By accident, Bruce, I have two different harmonicas here. One is the equal tuned harmonica, a Richter equal tuning. This is the equal tuning, and this is I can go back here. So yeah, this is the so-called naturharmonisch. Bruce, let me know what is the name in English.
Just intonation.
Just intonation, yeah, okay. And for this purpose, there are many there are many options how to do this just intonations in order to make this, the chord sounds right. Just to give you an impression of how it sounds, if I have this equal tuned harmonica, perhaps you can listen, you can hear it even over this Zoom meeting. I'm just playing the chords and just try to listen carefully if you can hear any tremolating, beating stuff going around. This was the blow chord of the equal tuned harmonica. So every note to zero on a tuning device, and this is the just intonated. So what I can hear is, and what I can feel is, that on the equal tuning, the chord goes like this. It's a little bit like. The jaw chord is even worse compared to the just intonation. So this is what we are talking about. This is the main difference. This is really good hearable on if you play chords. I would say if you just take one of ours with a compromise tuning and tune them to be a do-it tuning, you just make sure that the octaves that they are right, and then you go. I think there's no need of making any alterations to the other notes. Perhaps if you play together with a piano player, with a freshly tuned piano, and you have to have this particular note and to have to hold this note like very subtle in a ballad or whatever. This is a Yamaha electric with a, it's an A. And you see that the A on the Richter, if you play together for a long time, you can hear this tremolating or tremolo sound, because the two notes are not in the same, exactly the same pitch. But for me, it's okay if it comes to become, if it becomes too bad for my ears, I stop playing this particular note and try to avoid it. And most cases, I don't care for any of these subtle little things, but that's me. For others, it might be more important. If you have a perfect pitch, whatever ear, it might be important for you. I can just tell you a little story from the past when I went around with Howard Levy in a car, and he played all the time, like every time, the whole journey. And I asked him for fine tuning of his harmonica, and he said, no, even my octaves are out of tune, but I make them tune in the right pitch. And for him, it's even less important, I think, because he's doing so many notes in a second. He can play, I don't know, 10 notes in a second. I am not sure, or 5 notes in a second. And then this intonation stuff is even less important, I think. It comes to be important if you play really like octave playing or so, like this. But you know these guys, I can show you on this one. I just play an easy blues riff on an equal tuned C harmonica. This is equal tuning. This is the so-called just intonation, which is also called the pre-war tuning. This means in the German factories, nobody knew about blues at all, and they just tuned the harmonicas so that the chords sounded even and nice. So like, but when it comes to playing in second position, I play the very same lick again. This is the equal tuned. And now I play it on the just intonation. On the just intonation, the -7 is a little bit flat to my ears. So if I play on this one, no, this is for the wrong one. This is the pre-war one. This sounds more like on the old recordings with a little bit out of tune harmonicas, especially with the flat 7. If you play the flat 7 in second position, they tend to be low, way low for our ears now. But in the past, harmonicas were tuned like this because in the musical context they were produced in, this was meant to be a dominant chord and not the root chord, you know? And that's why they had this -7 in a way, a little bit too flat in order to make the sound, the chord sound more even. Like this. And this was the music the harmonica was intended for, and not this came from the Americans, and the makers in Germany had no idea of what they were playing on these little harmonicas. Okay, any questions about the do-it tuning? I can just move back to the screen here. So just to repeat it, the blow reed plate is the same. The draw reed plate, on the draw reed plate, only two notes are different. It's the F and the A. On a C hammer, on a former Richter, the G, the former G becomes an F, and the former B becomes an A in the lower register. That's all. Giving you these new options. Okay, I have another example, but I'm not good in playing this kind of harmonica yet. So I swap over to play a video. And where is my YouTube? Here. So this is a friend of mine. His name is, the player's name is, let me see, Jens Filser on guitar and Ralf Grotjan on harmonica. And Ralf Grotjan has one specialty. He is playing a special tuning that nearly nobody else plays. And just listen to what he's doing, and perhaps you will find out what kind of special tuned harmonica he is using. And so on and so on. What do you think?
Dorian.
Dorian, yeah. Bruce, you're right.
The typical J.J. Milteau song. Great tuning. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. And the good thing, the good news is, again, only two notes are different from the Richter. So it is intuitive, and you can play it initially without even thinking of playing in minor. You just do it. That's the term for the other, for the third position one. But on that one here, the Dorian, I made it from a little 6-holer because I had no Dorian in my box yet. So I did it at my kitchen table before I started this this lockdown session here. And what I did is, I can swap it over here to this chart again. The only thing I did, because I have a 6-holer, I had only to change this little F note from a F sharp. So usually on a G harmonica you have, and on the little 6-holer here, so it's not the kind of natural minor sound that you might know. It's not so minor, but it's minor enough to play minor tunes. So because you have the tonic chord is minor and the subdominant chord is still major. So on this particular one, you have the D minor as your blow chord. That was the former D major in second position. And you have the blow note, the blow chord, which is the subdominant chord, giving the thing a kind of an open feeling, like, wow, you fly away with this. And the difference to the duet tuning, the jaw chord is the same, but starting with a D, because this is the basis for the Dorian second position is a G harmonica, and the basis for a Dorian duet tuned harmonica is a C harmonica. So the blow chord is the chord is 2 seminotes below the minor chord. And this gives you the reggae feel. And this is a specialty from the duet tuning. And this is the Dorian one that gives you this open fly away feeling. And both are really cool harmonicas. And they both have the opportunity to be a no-brainer. So you don't have to think a lot about notes or whatever. You just play them and they sound really, really nice. And they are not too much of a minor harmonica. Like the natural minor, I don't know if I have one here. Let's see. I even have no natural minor harmonicas because I don't like them, because the blow and the draw chord both are minor, and this is for me it's too much. But they perhaps you know a player, his name is Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee is from Austin, Texas, and Jimmy Lee is a brilliant rag player. He plays harmonica and guitar at once and sings like a young god. And he's brilliant. And what he is doing with the natural minor harmonicas mostly, he is playing the natural minor harmonicas in the major position. So what if you think of second position on a natural minor, and you move the root note one hole to the right, you get the root note of the major position. And this is then called on a usual Richter harmonica, you would call it 11th position. So you play, for example, in B flat on a C harmonica. And usually, if you do so, you have two root notes that are really hard to get. The one root note is the 3-draw seminote, like there, and the upper octave from this is the overblow in 6. And usually it's really hard to even, especially this is a normal note. This was this particular lick in third position, in 11th position. And if you have a natural minor harmonica, you have both roots without any bending note or overblows. And this is the trick of Jimmy Lee when he is playing jazz ballads. He has the major scale with a major 7 available, and everything is fine for him by using a natural minor tuned harmonica. He's playing in his jazz tunes in major keys. And this is what I really like. and this makes him special as well. Bruce, you perhaps know or can remember that when we were in Klingenthal, huh? He's the master.
I didn't know he was playing natural minor harps though.
As he's doing, because I thought, okay, he sounds like major, but he just put a natural minor harmonica onto his rack, and then I asked him, and he said, okay, now this is
Yeah, he's fabulous.
yeah, really cool. Okay, I don't know, I did not follow up the time. This is the first time I look at my watch. Are there any questions left?
Looking through the chat, Bertram, there's just wondering if you could tell us, just briefly show us the tools that you use to change the pitches, and also some basic tips for people who are starting out to customize or do maintenance on the harmonicas.
Yeah, okay. So I swap over here. What I put into the handout as well, because I did not know how long, if we come to this point, and I copied this, a suggested procedure for getting a harmonica tuned right. So where to start and which notes to compare and everything like that. This is given here. And all you can see and read here is part of the setup pack tutorial. I can show you like this. This is a printout from the setup pack tutorial, and the setup pack tutorial is this tool that I mostly use for altering the reed shapes, and you can even scrap away brass from brass reeds with it. But when I'm tuning harmonicas, I'm using this little engraver tool, because this is battery driven, and I can carry it around with me. This has a really tiny tip, just to give you a comparison. This is really tiny. And what I'm doing is, if I want to, the principle is, if you want to tune down a reed, you have to make it weaker at the point after the rivet. So in this region. So if you weaken the material by scraping out material or drilling out material in the middle of the reed, it gets weaker a little bit, and so the pitch drops down. And vice versa thing happens if you look at the tip ends of these reeds. You can see some milling marks here, and the milling marks are from the tuning machines in the factory. We have some tuning machines, and the pre-production is such that all the reeds are tuned a little bit lower than they have to be tuned. They have to be at the end. So what the machine can do is tuning reeds up. And this is what you can see here in the milling marks. On all Seidel harmonicas, if you open the covers, you can see these milling marks. And mostly there is not a milling mark at all in this region. So what we are doing in order to keep the quality up is to tune our harmonica reeds up only. We usually do not tune them down. You might have seen scratches even in this direction on harmonicas sometimes, where the hand tuning guy did the final scratches in order to get the pitch from the reed a little bit lower. This does not happen on most of the reeds of Seidel harmonicas. There's a very rare occasion that we just by hand work on this position here with the gear or whatever, like here. And this is what can be seen in the handout here. If you have the reed here with the rivet, and if you move away material here from the middle of the reed, please do not disturb the edges of a reed, because the edges are responsible for the air tightness of the reeds. So just remove material from the middle of the reed. And as you can see, perhaps in this little picture, the scratches are all in this direction. No matter where you remove the material, we never remove material in this direction, especially if you tune harmonica down. It should not be any scratch in this direction, because if you apply scratches here in this 90 degrees angle from the reed, you produce oh, Bruce, you have to help me. Sollbruchstelle. Is Bruce there?
Yeah, I'm here. What about
Spurs.
Sollbruchstelle.
Bruchstelle?
Ja, Sollbruchstelle. Also wenn,
Breaking point. That's the breaking point of the harmonica.
of the reed, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Where it's tends to break because of machining marks and stuff like that.
yeah, that's what I wanted to explain. So if you take care for your reeds and remove material only in this parallel direction to the reed length, usually you produce no breaking points at all, no extra breaking points. And as you can see here, if you remove material from the tip end of a reed, the pitch goes up. That's the way it is done since 200 years. And even in accordions, or even in this Wurlitzer e-piano stuff, like you can hear this. These are reed-driven instruments too, so all these reeds are filed or drilled, or with this little thing here. What I like with this one is there is no button that goes on and leaves the machine on all the time, and you have to switch it off again. Because if you have a tuning device, the tuning device might also listen to the sound from the machine. And this note gives you the hand on the tuning device, shows you this sound. So this is why I like this button, in order to have it muted, and then I can play, and then I can alter the pitch again. So
Bertram,
yeah,
where can you get one of those from?
This here.
Yeah.
I think I got them on a Spa convention from one of the booths there, but I saw them on big web pages like Amazon as well. So I think it's engraver tool or whatever, battery engraver tool.
You can get them on Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
I got mine from Wilco's.
If you put them in like Amazon UK, they usually come up as a glass engraver.
Yeah.
And what's really nice is you get the tips. The tips come with it.
Yeah. And it's really small. So my whole tool set fits into this bag, which is usually meant for a chromatic harmonica. So everything is there. So I have my screwdrivers in, and yeah, the other tools. I can show you the other tools that I need that I use. Just I have to swap over to the other camera again. Ah, yeah, there you are. Perfect. Thank you. This is a feeler
Gauge.
Yeah, feeler gauge, and the thickness is 1.4 millimeters. So it's a 1.4 millimeters. Yeah, 4/100, 4/10 of a millimeter. What is it?
0.14.
Let me see. It's not written down here. Ah, okay. 0.4. And this is the right thickness for moving or for slipping it below a reed, if in perhaps if you want to tune it like this. I'm not doing it here now, or even you have a support here and you can tune it on this part here. What else is possible with this one is you can move up a reed if you want to make apply a curve. I do it like with this tool as well. This was a former reed plate, and I cut it from a reed plate, and it has two sides. One is this is really like sharp like a knife. You can as well slip it here, and then you can massage in a curve if you like, or you can plink the reed. And on the other side, it has the right angle in order to get inside here and remove, for example, like this, by doing this with this angle here, you can easily remove the curve again. But this is even more versatile because it's flat and fine. This saddle tool, you can also move this below a reed here with this. Let's see if it is visible on the screen. Okay, this is set up to flat, so you can easily have this support here as well with a saddle tool, and also can do some massage work here with the reed curves and so on. It's hard to show here because I'm not in this. So the toothpick does a good job as well. So these are the three things that are needed. This is a little flexible sheet metal that you can slip inside here in order to check if it's free here, and so that the reed can vibrate freely. So you can slip it beneath here, and this is 0.03 millimeter in thickness. And this little sheet metal comes in the package of the saddle tool as well. Yeah, the saddle tool has other options as well. I did not talk about any what is it called? Sizing of the reed slot, you know. So what can be done with this tool is, with this edge at the front, you can scrape here, along here, and here. And what you're doing is you move the reed plate material inside the reed slot a little bit. And this makes it more airtight. This is done by many, many customizers. And on brass reeded harmonicas, it is really hard to find the right amount for sizing of the reed slot, because the brass reeds tend to clamp inside the reed slot if you did too much. This is not a problem at all with the stainless steel reeds, because even if you over embossed the edges, so the edges of the reed slot come too far inside to the inside of the reed slot, so that the reed can not move freely. With the stainless steel reeds, it is very easy to freeze them by plinking them like this. So I can perhaps show you with another tool what is much more faster method for embossing is if you have this little, what is it called, bolt and nuts, I don't know.
Socket.
Socket, yeah. And you can use this socket, and you can move it along the reed like this. And I do it with a certain pressure, so you see, or you can see that this reed is now diving completely into the slot.
Oh.
This particular one. And usually, if you do this kind of work with a brass reeded harmonica, it takes you half an hour to get the reed free again. With the Seidel stainless steel reeds, the reeds are made of stainless steel, and the reed plate is made of German silver, a much weaker material. So you can hear even the little sucking on it freed it again, and the vibration of the reed made it cut its way free through the slot again. So it's already moving freely. And repeat it on a 2-draw. This is a 2-draw reed. Now it sticks inside the reed slot. Nothing happens again because it's stuck in the slot. I can easily free it with the lifter here, and then I just plink it 3, 4, 5 times. And it's free again. So embossing, doing embossing on stainless steel reeded harmonicas is not so difficult like on brass reeded harmonicas. And then I'm just readjusting the reed offsets with this little pick tool. And there you are. Yeah, and I can feel it. It's even from this little procedure, it's already a little bit more airtight than it was before. So if you do this on all of the reeds, you might have a 2 times less air lossy harmonica afterwards.
Yeah, so basically the embossing is you're pushing down on the reed plate so it gets tighter to the reed. Is that right?
That's it. That's it. Can you move to the other screen again, and I can make some gestures in order to show.
There we go.
Yeah. But you think of the reed slot edges like this, and the reed is going through here. And what you are doing while embossing, you press down this edge, which is usually 90 degrees. You press down the material inside the slot so that the reed goes even closer to this edge. So this edge is going to this direction. And this can be done by a round tool that goes like this and presses down the reed, the reed slot edge inside the reed slot. Or you can make a groove here. This is done with this sharp edge here. If you take, so we have the reed with the support at the tip end, and then you have this special tool, and then you can use the reed as an aid in order to make a groove in the very near of the reed slot. So some kind of here is a V-shaped edge inside here, making this edge go inside the reed slot. And this is especially important for the part of the reed that is from here to here. So this part, I'm using the method with a groove from here to here in order to emboss my harmonicas, and I'm using the pressing down method, I call it now, from here to here. And you can easily make it airtight in this part of the reed with this round tool. If you just go like this. But what is happening here, you can't go with this tool too far to the rivet end. So what I'm using is I'm taking the reed itself as an aid and just make a groove alongside the reed like this. By the way, there is a video. There's a video on YouTube showing exactly this, and I can plug it in. It's a Seidel setup tool. This is the video. You can see it?
Yeah.
And in this video, you have all the functions. You have all the functions that I showed you already. But this is without any description. But the description is given. In the PDF that comes along with the tool. So in this piece of paper. Okay.